You know what's pretty good? A Phillies win last night. Pretty good.
Yes.
Really well pitched game by Sanchez. Schwarber with the home run. But I got to be honest. I'm past it. I'm over last night. I'm over this week. I'm on to tonight. I'm on to this weekend because
I think you and everybody else is as well.
Because the Mets are here. And it's time to make a statement. And you know what time it is time for tonight? It's time for the Phillies to fully make me a believer in this team. And I haven't been there the whole year. Not that I think they're bad. I mean, obviously they're a good team, and they're a probable playoff team. I've thought that the whole season. But I haven't really been all in because I just have this thing about them where it's like, are they really going to do what we want them to do?
And they hate it.
Yeah, and it's held me back. I mean, this team, I've been held back this season thinking that their flaws are going to hurt them.
You're talking about the Phillies. The Phillies. About the Mets. We hate them.
Yeah, well, of course we hate the Mets. Yeah, but I've been held back on the Phillies. And you know what the Phillies could do this weekend? They can make me a true believer. Go beat the Mets. And for me, this weekend is way more about the psyche of me as a fan and them as a team than it is about the standings. Like, yeah, I mean, if they win 2 out of 3, they're in first place on Monday. That's awesome. That's obviously what we want. But it's not about that. Like, first place, 1 out on June 23rd. It's not that much of a difference. What this weekend is about for me, and I said it a few weeks ago, I need to see them play and beat better teams. And they did beat the Cubs. That was a good series win. But that was also on the heels of them getting beat up by the Pirates. So it was tough to really feel great because I was so down about the Pirates thing. Phillies are playing good baseball now. And if they go out there and beat the Mets this weekend, I'm going to feel like, you know what? Maybe it is time to actually believe they're going to do something. This Phillies team is 4-12 in their last 16 against the Mets, including the 3-game sweep in Citi Field in April, including the playoff series last year. The Mets have been in their heads for a while. I think the Phillies deep down have been scared of the Mets, and I need that to change. The Phillies can make me a full-on, no-doubt believer this weekend. Hugh, what are you thinking as the biggest series of the year begins tonight?
I know it's a lot of baseball left to be played.
Yep.
But 5-4, 5-1, 4-3 in 10 innings.
That was the series in April.
That was the series in April. And, you look at that last game, and they tried to rally a little bit. Wasn't the case. You need to go out there, and you need to send a message because, like you said, we got a chance this weekend to take over the lead and just not look back. This team has been, for the most part, been kind of up and down as far as the way we look at them and everything. Mm-hmm. But this will go well for you to get them to get them out, like to keep them from living in your head rent free.
And I think they have lived in them. You go back to last year, right? It was right around the London series.
Mm-hmm.
From that moment on, like they've played 16 games. You pointed out the 3 this year, but the two teams have played 16 games in the last year or so. 4-12, that shouldn't be, right? The two teams are too close for it to be 4-12, right? Like if it was,
totally agree.
And like if they were like, I don't know, 6-10, even 7-9 against them, I'd say, it's a small sample. Maybe you switch 1 or 2 games and it's like even. Whatever. What are you going to do? No, it's not. Like the Mets have beaten the crap out of the Phillies for a year now, and I'm tired of it. Like especially when the Mets come down here, it's the worst thing in the world when their fans come in here.
They're a lot. They're a lot. And it's going to be a nice night too.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful night tonight.
Beautiful night.
Well, it's going to get a little warm this weekend, but whatever. It's good. It's a perfect time. The Mets are struggling. This is their worst stretch of the year. They've lost 6 games in a row. They just got swept by a Braves team that hasn't been able to wake up the entire season. They have pitching issues. The Mets are going to have a bullpen kind of game tonight. I don't even know what they're starting tonight. Never heard of the guy. So, like, this is the weekend to do it. We got Wheeler on the mound tonight. We got Luzardo on the mound Sunday at home. This is the weekend to do it. If they win this series and they look good, I'm going to come in here Monday and be a full believer for the first time this entire season. The Phillies. Can the Phillies make you a full believer this weekend? 215-592-9494. What about you? Are you going to be a full believer, or are you going to?
There's still a lot of baseball left to be played, but this will be
June. You're doing the June.
No, I'm not doing the June thing. I'm just saying it's a lot of baseball left to be played. But you're talking about when you talk about mentally,
yes,
getting in the Mets' head because they're probably sitting here thinking that, hey, we've been on a little bit of a lose streak, but we going into Philly, we'll be all right.
I think you're right. They do.
You know what I mean? So now you come in and say, no, not today. Like Matomo used to do. Shout out to Matomo, rest in peace. Yeah, that's what you can do today. That it starts tonight, and I think that even the way that Sanchez was on the mound last night,
mm-hmm.
I think the guys are feeling that a little bit. I think they're a little bit excited about this series coming home. And getting ready for this Mets series.
Yeah, and look, it goes beyond just this weekend. It goes beyond just the standings and who's going to win this division. I think the Phillies are going to see the Mets in the playoffs, or there's a really good chance
that's a good chance
they're going to have to go through them in the playoffs. And right now, like as of this moment, I don't believe the Phillies think they could beat the Mets. Like I think
their confidence is wavering a little bit.
Totally,
Joe?
I really do. I think we saw it in the postseason series last year. Like when Lindor walks to the plate, he has a swagger about him, a confidence. We haven't seen that out of the Phillies. Like Schwarber tends to bring that. Nobody else on this team. I even think Castellanos. I don't even know if he knows what's going on half the time, but he brings a confidence in himself. But the Mets bring that, and the Phillies have it in these head-to-head games. I need the Phillies to beat the Mets more than I need to get on top of the standings on June whatever. I need to show the Mets they can't just push the Phillies around anymore because they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, they need to jump on them like a bunch of crickets.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where. It's, like I said, cannot forget. Still a lot of baseball left to be played.
I don't want to hear that.
But when you talk about
a lot of baseball.
Well, it is. But when you talk about hitting a groove,
yes,
this would be a good game to hit your groove.
Well, and tonight specifically, because tonight is Wheeler against, they have pitching injuries right now, so they're starting a guy that just got here, basically, AAA pitcher just got here.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I think tonight is the key to the series, because the next two games are probably closer to toss-up games, right? So, maybe you win one, you lose one the weekend. You win tonight, you're going to win the series. Like, that's the way I look at it. They have to win the Wheeler game. I just want the Mets to walk out of here doubting themselves. Because when the Phillies play the Mets, the Phillies generally are the team that doubts themselves. 215-592-9494. Can the Phillies turn you into a true believer? Would a series win over the Mets this weekend? It's a clear yes for me. I mean, Hugh, it's only June Douglas over here. It's not quite there.
Come on, Douglas.
Come on, Hugh.
Man, still a lot of baseball left to be played, guys. But I'm with you. I am with you that this is an important series.
It's a huge series.
Walk with you.
Well, yesterday he tried to walk with you.
I walk with you, Kyle. I'm with you, Kyle.
You're walking all over me right now.
Listen, me and Kyle, we all did, but we cooked up an 8-leg parlay, man. We all in with this.
Yeah.
Why you don't? What?
I don't sense that you feel it in your soul, Hugh.
No. I do.
No, but you say it's still June and stuff.
It is still June. I mean, it's still
but this is a huge series.
See, no, because here's the thing. You're making it the end all to be all, which it is important.
It's the end all.
It's important, but there's another side to this, which I don't think is going to happen. But there's another side, and I just don't feel like.
What does that mean?
I don't feel like being in here on Monday with a bunch of mopey Marvins. I just don't feel like doing that.
Well, that's not. But I'm not responsible for me.
Bud.
Yeah, I'm not. If I'm a mopey Marvin on Monday, is that my fault? Is it my fault I'm a mopey Marvin or the Phillies' fault? It'd be the Phillies' fault.
I kind of like Mopey Marvin.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we should use that more. If I'm a Mopey Marvin on Monday,
it's not your fault.
It's not my fault. Don't blame me.
The ebb and flow of baseball. I mean, it's the truth.
No, hold on.
What do you mean?
If they get smacked around by the Mets this
weekend,
weekend...
No, I didn't say... No, listen, they're not going to get smacked around, Joe.
If they get smacked around the division, they're not going to get smacked around.
Yeah, okay. They're not going to get smacked around.
But the Mets have been smacking them around for a year.
No, but they're not going to smack them around.
Okay, well,
they're not going to smack them around, especially
need.
tonight. It's going to be it's going to be an epic night.
City Connects.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We got all...
I need to get... Is it okay to get a jersey now? I can get a jersey.
Yeah, but what player? Did you get a Schwarber? He's an Ohio guy.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that one...
I would like a tee. I think I'd rather do the tee. I'm a T-shirt kind of guy.
Okay, like a City Connect tee, you're saying?
Yeah, the Philly. Yeah, the one that says the Phillies on the front.
Absolutely could
get
one.
I need to get that.
All right, 215...
somebody who hooked me up with that?
The Phillies team store. Yeah,
costs a lot of money.
What do you mean hook you up? We get a discount in there.
Wait till you win this 8-leg parlay.
Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, hey, you know what? That's what I'm going to have to do. I hit this parlay. Ooh, it's on and popping.
I don't even think you can get a T-shirt for the parlay on $2.
I don't know. This 8-leg, we had some pretty good odds.
Yeah, you definitely couldn't afford a jersey on a $2 parlay bet.